What's going on, snipers? Naeem Al-Abeidi here. I hope you're all enjoying your day today. Let's go ahead and just dive right into our daily cryptocurrency content and analytics for today. We're going to be taking a look at the Binance coin, the BNB coin, and seeing what the price predictions are going to be, knowing that we are hitting all-time highs right now in Satoshi value. You can see here we are approaching that 26,000 Satoshi range, and that is all-time highs for the Binance coin. And that is an interesting feat, knowing that the majority of this market right now is down. If we were to look at BTC USD, you can see here we're on the way down, but with BNB, we're on the way up. So the question is, where is BNB headed? So we talked about the BNB coin recently. We actually drew this out almost 2 weeks ago, predicting that we were going to see this form, this fractal formation here, this cup pattern, and you can see it's starting to complete that pattern. And in my opinion, knowing that we've now broken these all-time highs and we're currently on our way up, in my opinion, it is going to see some sort of a pullback soon. If we were to pull up the Fibonacci retracement, we can actually go here and see where we'd potentially start to see a retracement before seeing any further highs. So if we actually just draw the Fibonacci chart up to this line right here, you can see here we're all the way up here on the top of the Fibonacci range, and I wouldn't really be surprised for us to come back down to that 0.61, because that is a normal retracement figure, and that's pretty much going to bring this price back down to around 21,000 Satoshis rather than getting in a position at 26,000. I think 21,000 would probably be the best range to get a position. So wait for a pullback here with the Binance coin. That's my overall prediction right now, knowing that these all-time highs here are now causing this RSI to be above 70. You can also here, if we were to actually draw out this amount of time and length of time that it stayed above these high RSI levels, you can see it was only about 17 days. And so far, we've been above those levels for almost 17 days now. So it's only a matter of time before we see this RSI drop. You can see the Binance coin, unlike Ethereum, tends to stay at these overbought ranges for less time than we saw with Ethereum. If you guys remember, we talked about it several streams ago. Ethereum was at these overbought levels for about 30 days, and it consistently made that pattern, and we knew when we were going to see that correction, knowing that we were above that level for about 30 days. So I would do the same analysis here for the BNB coin. So not only that, that's just the technical sense. In my opinion, if we're going to see and predict where we're going to head in terms of price levels, I say that there really isn't a cap to where I could see the Binance coin headed. And the reason I say that is because I think Binance is really leading the cryptocurrency sphere in regards to trading and the exchange of cryptocurrencies. And that's one of the most crucial aspects of this market right now, especially with all of these ICOs. And that intrinsic value is just going to be brought upon the Binance coin. If you can see here with some of these headlines here, number one, Binance coin keeps bucking the bearish trend. Here's why. And you can see this article cites here, the ERC20 token gives holders significant discounts on its platform's fees. And we all know that you get about a 50% discount on all of your transaction fees on the Binance platform. And then it follows by saying the exchange will use 20% of its profits to buy back tokens and destroy them every quarter. So not only are they utilizing this token and there's use case for the Binance coin, but they're also planning to destroy tokens, therefore limiting the supply, increasing the value, because remember, it's all about supply and demand. If you're limiting the supply and the demand is continuing to increase, that's going to naturally bring the price to higher levels. You can see here it follows by saying the cryptocurrency exchange has recently announced it's going to launch a separate decentralized exchange in which the token is going to play a fundamental role. So you can see we're expecting even more use case for the Binance coin here. It also says crypto lending platform Nexo has revealed it will accept BNB as collateral for its loan, and that segues us into the next article here, talking about these crypto-backed loans that are now being integrated with the Binance coin. You can see here, it says, the idea behind launching such loans is to provide traders with the ability to access instant coins without losing out on the upside potential of the cryptocurrency. And that's a big deal, because I think that's a big issue we're facing in the cryptocurrency sphere. If you're watching this live or you guys are in the comments, agree or disagree with that. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but you can see here it also says the loan is instant, does not possess an exchange fee, hidden fee, or taxation. So that's a great thing, knowing that they're going to go ahead and continue with that partnership. And then finally, you can see here the Binance coin on top, also referencing the large financial service company Fundstrat. You can see here it says here, in its first ranking, Binance's native coin BNB was impressively on top, and they pretty much ranked the top 50 cryptocurrencies, the Binance coin being on top. that is a big deal. So if you're looking for a good long-term investment, if you're looking for a hedge to this market that might not be in the best of our favor right now, the Binance coin is probably your best bet. You can see here it says none of the big cryptocurrencies made it to the top 3, but the Binance coin did. So with that being said, looking at the coin market cap here, you can see we're 5% up in the past 24 hours. Looking at the Satoshi value, also about 5% up, a little bit above the normal valuation. So it's outperforming Bitcoin right now. You can see here a constant trend up, no sort of crazy parabolic growth. That's what I like about this chart. You don't see it looking like XVG. Check this out. If we were to pull up Verge, look how this chart looks compared to the Verge chart. You see how Verge had this huge spike? Well, that's called manipulation, right? This huge spike is manipulation. You don't see that with the Binance coin yet, leading me to believe that it's still a very undervalued coin, being ranked number 15 right now. I can definitely see this in the top 5. Agree or disagree, say yay or nay in the comments and tell me why. Let's go ahead and tune into our live audience here and take a couple questions, and you can pick my brain here live. Who do we have online? Say hi. Russ McClanahan in the house. Good to have you back. He says no taxation. Agreed. Timothy Belt's in the house. Hastings Lewis says yay. Rebel Fortnite says BNB already heading down. Yeah, well, understand it's going to probably go down. That's why on my technical analysis that we did in the start of this live stream, I talked about 21,000 Satoshis being that range to watch right now for the Binance coin. Knowing that we're at these high levels, we've seen an influx of buyers. Obviously, you see this buy volume coming in with that positive divergence forming alongside with this RSI. Remember, we're not going to stay at these high RSI levels for too long. I do expect some sort of a sell-off for people taking profits, but then we can start to see this coin going back up. So Willie says, I'm currently all in on Binance during this bear market. I love it, man. That is a very confident trader right there, Willie. Good for you, brother. Jeff A says, you've been calling BNB for months. You're right. I have been. Trust me. Listen, all of this research doesn't just go down the drain. We know the intrinsic value in the Binance coin. It's something we've talked about for months and months and months, and it's true to its nature. The Binance coin coming out with a decentralized exchange, starting to accept fiat pairings with altcoins. That's coming in Q3 of 2018. These are huge feats for the Binance coin, so I'm very excited. Augustia says, hello, Naeem. Norbert says, BNB is an obvious pick, 100%. Sean says, I'm considering liquidity all my Litecoin for BNB. Any thoughts? It's up to you. I mean, if you want to hedge against the market right now with the BNB coin, I don't see why that's a bad idea, right? But understand here, Timothy says, have a Pundi X position is about to be listed on Binance. Pumped. Yeah, we're hearing a lot of rumors about the Pundi X token being listed on Binance. Do you guys like the haircut, by the way? I never asked. Leave it in the comments. Russ says, how do you feel the fiat pairing will affect the BNB price, Naeem? It's going to obviously, in my opinion, increase it because they're going to utilize the BNB pairing even more, knowing that that's going to allow for less transaction fees. And then you also have to think about that article I just talked about. They're expecting to utilize a BNB coin a lot more once they have their decentralized exchange up and launched. Miles says, how far will BTC go down? We've been talking about that as well. We're currently in a consolidation phase, so we just have to kind of give it a little bit of time before making those predictions. Hastings Lewis says, love the haircut. Good to have you on, Mr. Lewis. Sean says, I meant liquidating my Litecoin, but thanks for understanding my typos. LOL, no problem, brother. David Howard says, read BNB white paper. It's pretty awesome. 100%. I'm telling you, the CEO of BNB, I actually had one of my cousins who has a coin himself called the Gibraltar Network, and he hosted a conference in New York City, and he had the Binance coin CEO, or I'm sorry, he had Binance's CEO come and speak at that conference, and man, the guy is intelligent. He reminds me of, almost like a Jack Ma, right? If you don't know Jack Ma, he started Alibaba, one of the largest e-commerce companies in China, and he is an inspiration to a lot of people, and he kind of looked as inspiring as him, just knowing what he's already done in such a short amount of time in this market and how much potential his team could have within this huge revolution, this emerging market. So do you guys agree with me or not? Wesley says, look at Hexcoin. Augustia says, are these still a good price to buy BNB at such high exuberant periods? I say wait till retracement to about 21,000 Satoshis to that 0.61 on the retracement. I see a possible retracement sometime soon. You can see every time we've hit that much volume, we've seen some sort of retracement. We're now completing this cup too. So I wouldn't be surprised for this to start heading down sometime soon. Christopher Ratcliffe says, yes, indeed, more use case fiat pairing and their popularity in the crypto space is great for the upside. I agree 100%. And let's see here. Silver Fox says, big love from Ireland, BNB against BTC or USD. I would say the BNB coin is quite the hedge right now in this market. It's outperforming Bitcoin for sure, and that's not a doubt. You know, it's true, and it's what's happening right now. So understand that this market right now, we're in a phase of consolidation because regulations are uncertain, right? Things are not 100% in this market right now. We need to see the maturation of the regulations of this market, and that is going to lead to more institutional exchanges, which is going to lead to more institutional investors and liquidity coming to this market, allowing it to surpass that $1 trillion market cap. So Sterling says, ditch everything else and put it all in BNB. I don't know if that's a good idea because diversification could also help. But I did see an article recently saying that in the crypto market, diversification is actually a bad thing. And that was an interesting thing to see. But then I saw another one that was opposing to it. So remember, everybody has a different perspective, different technique, a different way to do something. But the point is, you have to find your technique. You have to find your way. You have to find what works and suits you, because that's what's going to allow you to become more effective in whatever you're specifying in, whether it's trading, investing, long-term holding, or just being a speculative investor in this market. You agree or disagree? What do y'all think? Put it in the chat. Are you guys enjoying the Discord, by the way? Who here is enjoying the Discord? Anybody here really enjoying the Discord? Because I'd love to hear some feedback. Timothy says yes. That is awesome. Nino says yes. Timothy says very, very much. Alex says very much. Awesome. Russ says agreed. Hastings says, I love the Discord. I love it. 1 cent. Yeah, I was actually talking to one of our new analysts today on our Discord. If you guys don't know, we have our Discord, but he was telling me how he's like, man, this platform is, you know, amazing. He's like, I'm part of a ton of Discord groups, and there's not one that compares to the amount of professionalism, accuracy, consistency, and simplicity that our Discord offers. And I think that that's an awesome compliment. I was asking him for feedback, and he's one of our analysts, so he has like full-on immersion, what is it? Immersion, right? Where you immerse yourself. Sorry, English is my second language. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's my first. But so, you know, to hear that from him, and then him saying, you know, I really don't have any other, you know, feedback for you because everything is just amazing. I've never seen something to this caliber. It really, you know, humbled me because I worked 6 months trying to get that Discord and the community and just everything in place. And, you know, it really is turning into something great, and we can't wait to expand that and grow. So anyways, enough of that. Augustia says, diversification is key in my opinion. What if something gets called a security or a coin that's doing good and just one big thing goes south for you? You have to diversify to various projects. I agree 100%. Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, the greatest investors in the world, Charles Munger, they all talk about diversification, right? It's huge to diversify. Alex says, best investment, joining your Discord. That is awesome. I'd like to hear that. That is great. Let's see here. Do you post alerts for premium members? Absolutely. SXC Fitness, we post alerts every single day. Tons of alerts. Just get premium for a month and then check it out, and then let me know whether you got value or not, because, you know, you'll see. I mean, the amount of content we post on a daily basis and how, you know, how much of a shortcut it is, it's insane. Even for me, it helps with the analysts. You know, Miles says, I keep selling at a loss and buy high, lol. Well, don't do that with the BNB coin. We talked about the TA. I'm expecting some sort of retracement now, maybe to the 0.61. We'll see. Timothy says, lots of content. Yes, I agree. More content, the better, right? Hassan says, where's the LaCroix? Man, listen, I just moved into this new studio trying to enhance the content for y'all. And, you know, I haven't been able to find a place to get the LaCroix, so I need to go to get the LaCroix somewhere. Nino says, I'm heavily interested in Storm. Can you look at the charts, please? Not sure. Quick script says, can you buy premium with crypto? I'm currently working on that. I'm looking for an internet marketer. So if you're an internet marketer, you can email snipers2@icloud.com. and we can possibly talk so that we can create a landing page in which we can accept crypto, because right now I'm utilizing a platform rather than my own. So let's see here. Ivan says the membership paid for itself the first week I joined. That is awesome. Wesley says Hex BZX fork in August. Hex exchange coming soon. MN, if you guys like, small market cap will be huge. Interesting. Thank you for mentioning that, Wesley. I don't know much about it. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Camarata says, is something like Polymath worth looking into, or are these projects all flash marketing, not going to be used by big companies? I think Polymath is not a bad company. I think they're really trying, you know, just like a lot of the other companies are, right? You know, so Jeff says, why no ETH price action with such big news? You know, volume is a little bit low in this market right now, just to be honest, Jeff. Pedro says, how come BNB keeps going up and going against the trend of all other famous coins? Well, it has a lot of intrinsic value, Pedro. That's the truth of the nature. SXC says, we are in a market of traders. There's no point in holding into a coin but to accumulate Satoshis. Interesting. I like it. Bro, I just had an Apple lacrosse for the first time. New favorite. You should try it. That is awesome, Timothy. Good job. Aesthetics is any upcoming ICOs that look promising? Yes, I would say the Monarch token. And if you guys don't know what that is, you'll hear more about it soon. But you know, I'm really excited about that project, and I'll talk more about it sometime soon once it's in a more mature phase, because it's very early right now. But you know, I'm kind of looking into it right now, and I'm very bullish on it. So I'm gonna get in as soon as I can. Christopher says diversifying works better in a stable market. Crypto is still wild west, so consolidation in this market could work for the time being. Just look at Tether. Not that I'm a big fan of it. Absolutely, 100%. Let's see here. Camarada says, name, how do you stay so awesome? You only swing high. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I mean, I try my best to, you know, be as consistent as possible, because consistency breeds success, you know, in anything, right? Because you're consistent. You know, it's not about going to the tree and hitting it 90 times in one day, but it's about hitting it 5 times a day for 10 years, right? You'll do a lot more damage doing that. It's consistency. It's the same thing in trading, right? Little gains here and there leading to higher gains. That's the cool thing about trading. So Alex says, what do you think BTC's next move is going to be? You know, it's really undetermined right now, but I can imagine it's going to start heading up. You know, I think we're going to start to see institutional interest turn into institutional buying, and that's just going to be the reversal. I was actually looking at the T8 today recently of Bitcoin, and I did notice something interesting here, right here, very similar to that reversal that we're seeing in the past. Seeing kind of a similar pattern here with that positive divergence with price action in a small scale, and it's kind of what we're seeing right now. And I wouldn't be surprised for us to just start heading up, maybe see a little surge of buy volume, kind of like we saw here. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. So you know, I'm definitely dollar cost averaging positions in right now for sure. Temple says, this year has been SHIT for crypto. Well, you can't just judge it off one year, right? We had a great year last year, so it was a couple months too. Timothy says, seems like the market really accepts the price of BTC at this price zone. Well, no, I mean, we saw this at 8,000, Timothy. We saw this at 10,000. Like, we see this quite often. It's just a consolidation period before we see the next move, you know. So what was the macro trigger that made Bitcoin start going up in 2014 or 2015? I think it had something to do with, you know, well, that's when the Mt. Gox that whole situation happened, and I think it kind of loosened up the industry. I'm not sure, you know. We can get deep into that question. I don't want to go too deep, but other than that, I really appreciate you all tuning in. I wanted to just make this video specified towards the Binance coin. If you guys haven't liked our video, feel free to just hit that like button. It helps us a lot. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. But thank you all for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, any of the social medias that you guys like to engage on. You can go to the link in the descriptions below. We've got tons of different links, actually, whether it's our Discord platform, our premium services through Patreon, or anything like that. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and appreciate all of you guys. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers if you guys are in the United States and you celebrate that holiday. So happy Father's Day. And with that being said, yeah, it's over. Snipers out.